In episode 3, we'll be doing an escape room review on Magic Kingdom by Maze Rooms Los Angeles. I hope everyone is having an awesome day right now. Thank you for tuning in to the Mystery Ship Transmissions podcast. My name is Derek, aka Sugi, and today we're going to be talking about Magic Kingdom by Maze Rooms Los Angeles. Before we get too far into this review, I just want to very briefly go over how we review escape rooms. If you haven't already checked out our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Make sure you subscribe. We actually have a preview video of how we want our escape room reviews to lay out and be like good quality recording up of Dr. Psycho. It's an escape room by 60 Out. Give that a look. That's basically how we are working towards structuring our escape room reviews, because that's going to be a big chunk of what we're here for Mystery Ship, is giving people a inside opinion on escape rooms in the local area. So make sure to check that out. But let me get into how it's structured, how we do it. So we kind of break it down into 5 sections that have somewhat subcategories. First off, we have our intro. So we talk about what the name of the escape room is, who it's by, also basic information like how long the room is, how many people it can hold up to, where it's around, meaning, major structures or certain cities or towns or freeways, just so you have an idea, because some of these companies have several locations with the same name, which can be a little confusing, especially I've learned from personal experience, is maybe heading towards the wrong location when really the location you want to go to is completely on the other side of town. So definitely important information there. The second would be puzzles, breaking down the difficulty level according to the company, which is what a lot of escape room companies do on their websites, is giving their own scale of how difficult the room is. And we'll be going into a whole nother segment about what makes an escape room difficult later on down the road. 3, decor. So the atmosphere. Does the atmosphere feel a little DIY, a little do-it-yourself, or does it feel professionally done? Does it feel like that feeling you get when you go to Disneyland or Universal Studios, where the very fine details are shown and seen and you can give a real appreciation for it? The fourth would be payout. Now, this one's a little bit hard to describe, payout, when it comes to escape rooms. Our definition of it is that payouts are what makes the room memorable. It's not just coming out of the puzzles. We're talking about maybe something happens that just really makes you feel like, wow, that was really cool. That was worth it. There are times where there are rooms where you go through a puzzle and you do the room, and after a while you just think about it and you're like, I don't even remember what that puzzle was or what the whole point of it to the story. It's not memorable. Is the room memorable? And this is obviously an opinion. Not everybody's going to have that same thought or process, but this is just from our personal experience, and that's really what we have. So that would be number 4. Number 5 is going to be an overall summary. So a brief description of reviewing what we talked about, and then giving a little 2 cents from our side. And we don't want to do reviews as like a scale necessarily. like a 1 through 5, and 1 being not so good, and 5 being wow, it was amazing. We want you to hear our words. We want you to hear our points, and not all of them are going to be agreeable. Just because we had one experience doesn't mean that you're going to have the exact same experience. But we definitely want to better prepare you. We want to give you something that is just a little bit more insight that may make or break or help you have a better experience. Okay, so we have those: intro, puzzles, decor, payout, and summary. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into talking about Magic Kingdom. So this is actually my favorite escape room so far out of the 36 that I've done. This one's by Maze Rooms Los Angeles. They're located over near K-Town, which is really, really nice. It's really good because there is plenty of food places to go to before or after. It's right into the city, so you're not really stranded out anywhere, because that is something important too, because a lot of people who ask me about certain escape rooms is, hey, is there food around there? Is there a bar around the area? And that definitely can be something very important. So I definitely want to add that in there. So let's go into the story of what Magic Kingdom is. And what your task is in the room. You and your team have been taken into this magical world, and that world is losing its magic, unfortunately. And it's up to you and your group, who are wizards, and you guys have to save this magic kingdom. And how you're going to do that is you're going to have to collect elements to put into a well in order to save the kingdom. Now, the room holds 2 to 6 players, and it is an hour room, so you have an hour to complete the task. Now, once again, like I said before, some locations have several different places. Maze Rooms has a few different ones scattered all over the place, so make sure that you understand that this is the one near K-Town, and it's upstairs in a strip mall. So I don't know if you're aware of this company, Seafood City. It's right next to there. So definitely make sure you have the right location if you're booking or if you're heading out towards that area. Now, Maze Rooms Los Angeles is a private booking, so you won't be paired up with any strangers, which is kind of split down the middle when it comes to the overall escape rooms in the LA area. Some locations will let you have a private booking, and some locations will suggest, or they have a policy where it's open. So if you have a group of 3 and the room holds up to 8, there will be 5 other spots that people can jump into. So be aware that for this location and for this room, it is a private booking. You will not be booked with any strangers. Now, another thing that's really cool about this escape room, just to dive into the puzzles, is that this location actually gives you something special, which is something some places do, is they give you props to wear depending on what room you do. So it is appropriate that it's Magic Kingdom, so you will be given wizard robes, which is really cool. But I did have a group that went there during a hot day, unfortunately, and you don't have to wear the robes. They don't have anything to do with the game. So, you could choose whether to wear them or not. Totally up to you. So just the heads up. All right, so with that said, let's go into the puzzles. Now, Maze Rooms have given Magic Kingdom the rating of a medium difficulty. And overall, it's about right. I definitely say it's good to have as a beginning puzzles. The thing that makes this room, though, unique about their puzzles is that it's definitely a step away from the traditional. By traditional, I mean traditional locks. There are actually no locks in this room. And I'm not going to go any further into what that means. I want you to go ahead, go out, check it out, and see for yourself. But it is very, very clever on how they incorporate hiding things and how you progress into the game. So definitely their puzzles and their puzzles, for the most part, they make sense to the story. That is a very important part. It doesn't feel like puzzles are just thrown into a room just for puzzle's sake. It definitely progresses the game, and the room plays very linear. So, and by that, linear meaning that it's basically step by step. Once you complete one puzzle, then you would move on to the other puzzle. It's not like there's a bunch of puzzles scattered and then you would collect into one puzzle later. So just that actually works for the reason why the room only holds up at a max 6 people. You definitely don't want 8 people all working on the same puzzle. So definitely caters a little bit to a smaller room. So those are the overall of puzzles. Decor wise, I played this back early 2017, so last year, and I really liked the decor. I really liked the atmosphere. There is a certain element in this room that I still have not really utilized and seen in any other escape room. Not that it really necessarily plays puzzle-wise, but it definitely works for the atmosphere and what we'll be talking about next. But decor-wise, looks pretty awesome. There are a few things in the room that feel a little DIY, but I had a great chance to talk to the owner. If you get a chance, he's very, very, very nice. He's willing to answer pretty much any question that you have. Definitely room for improvement. There's definitely space, and he talked about wanting to incorporate other things into this room to liven it up a little bit. Not that it's not lively as it is, but it's great. Even the flooring has things that really play well into the theme. So decor, really, really good. Now payouts. This is the part that really makes the room my favorite. The puzzles aren't really that difficult, even though when I first did that room, that it was kind of early in my escape room experience. And looking back now after doing so many escape rooms, I could definitely see how this room isn't too challenging puzzle wise. It makes a lot of sense. It's not too abstract, though that's not to say that you won't be challenged. But I'll just say that I had a group that I had referred to them, and they only had about 3 escape rooms under their belt, and they finished it pretty quickly. Now, that's not to set the bar high for you guys. Say, oh, it's a breeze, I don't want to go do it. No, it's still fun, it's still challenging, but the payout is awesome. This is the part that really made it so much fun and so memorable to me. One of them being the element of the use of the decor. There is a lot of technology built into this room, and it's utilized so well. There's an element that is it's like if you've ever played Super Mario, like the old school ones, and you know how you complete a level and you have this nice little music playing and you hear these little fireworks and stuff. That's the kind of thing that this room rewards you with by progressing throughout the game. It's awesome, it's fun, it sticks out of my mind, it's memorable. I really haven't seen anybody else utilize that element as well as Magic Kingdom has. Now, the other part, payout, would be an element I cannot tell you. Now, when you go to the escape room, they are going to give you the heads up before the game starts and tell you that there is a physical action incorporated into the game. And if at any time you guys cannot perform the physical action, that you just let them know, and then they'll set up everything to where you can bypass that. But let me just say that even after the game was over, one of the people in my group went back and did the physical action a bunch of times more, and the game was over. So it's very fun, it's very different, and I really haven't seen many escape rooms utilize it. So definitely really racks it up for payouts. So with that said, we're going to wrap it up right now. So Magic Kingdom, Maze Rooms Los Angeles, it's a great balance of what an escape room is right now in this day and age and where it's heading towards. Gone were the days of escape rooms being the stereotypical, you're being trapped by a murderer and you need to escape before he comes back. This is utilizing a task, not an escape. The puzzles make sense to the story. They're clever. The atmosphere is very immersive and is a great use of technology. And the payouts are awesome. They're my favorite part of it. And I would suggest this room to anybody who's more on the new end of escape rooms, or those who have done a lot of escape rooms, but definitely are looking for something a little bit more, those who appreciate the atmosphere, the story, and a little bit of the thought that goes into escape rooms. And when it comes to the group size, like I said before, definitely want to keep the group a little bit more on the smaller side. So maybe a max of 4 and no more than that. If you do have a group of 6, that's totally fine. But just be aware that it's not that the room is small. It's just that how the game is played, which is pretty linear, that it depends on whether you want to share this group with somebody who wants to huddle around one puzzle at a time, which would be a little bit different maybe if the room was more non-linear, where you can maybe split up the work a little bit and cover more ground faster and more effectively. I would definitely suggest this room for families and kids, especially those who really love that fantasy theme. The adults who are really more into like the horror, not very into Disney-esque kind of fantasy world, this may not be the room for you. I definitely may want to suggest maybe some of the other rooms at this location. But it's not to say that there aren't a scene or two here in this game that may be a little intense for smaller children, but definitely nothing that isn't too intense. Now, like I said, this is my favorite escape room, and I really hope that you guys will check it out. Go see it. The owner's really nice. They also have 3 other rooms at that location that you should go check out. They just opened one, which is actually a 2-person escape room, which I haven't had the pleasure of doing yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to doing, which is called The Abyss. They also have another escape room, which is going to be Secret Agent, which is kind of maybe a little step up from Magic Kingdom. And then they also have Lunar Mission, which is definitely their most difficult room at their location. Sorry, I had to get a quick drink of water there. Definitely all rooms worth looking forward to. Maze Rooms has different locations, and they have actually been around for quite a few years now, definitely around the boom of escape rooms. Now, what that means is that there is going to be a little bit of time worn down on some of the older escape rooms. And that could definitely mean an unevenness when it comes to the quality of the escape rooms. Now, this location in particular, definitely newer and definitely on the progressive side of Maze Rooms. I had the pleasure of talking with a lot of the owners, and I've actually gotten word that there are plans to upgrade their rooms, which I love. And that's actually a major point about what these reviews are about and what the duty of an owner for escape rooms are. And that's to make sure that they're listening to their customers, make sure that they're really holding a good business model. That if something's not working, or if something is a little outdated, or is definitely not having the same allure, they need to adjust. More and more companies now that have been around, I see, are making those adjustments. Maybe out of necessity. Maybe they're feeling the pressure and they're like, oh my gosh, all right, well, we need to scrap up wherever we can. Or maybe they are just really a step ahead. And these reviews are really to be as honest as we can as possible for you guys and also for the owners, because if something's not working and if something is just not good and it needs to change, they have to listen. They definitely, we are the community is what really helps keep these businesses around and why they do it. And it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's a great business model. Make the adjustment, make changes, do what you have to do to keep the business fresh and keep the community excited and happy for escape rooms. We're not doing these reviews to tear down companies. We're not here to tear down people's art. We're here to praise them. We're here to give an opinion so that we can all celebrate it together. And if something's not working or something's maybe needs some tweaking, it's okay. And it's, in the end of the day, it's just an opinion. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I know every single little niche. I know what a good escape room is. No, I'm here to give you an honest opinion, our own opinion about what we liked about the escape rooms that we do, that we're invited to, and to share that with you guys. And we're very thankful that you guys are listening and that you guys are here, and we're here to do it for you, and we want to keep that going. So that will wrap it up for the review of Magic Kingdom by Maze Rooms Los Angeles. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Sorry for the little mid-cough. It was a long talk, and I need to take a quick swig of water, and I only do one take of these, so that is that. So on the next episode, for episode 4, we're going to be talking about common mistakes that beginners make in escape rooms. So definitely tune in next Wednesday for that. If you haven't checked out the YouTube channel, make sure to go there, subscribe. Also check out Facebook. We've been doing updates. A lot of escape rooms are opening up right now, and also special discounts. So make sure to go on the Facebook and like and get your notifications there. So until next time, from the Mystery Ship, challenge yourself, have fun, and escape well.